This video was sponsored by Space ART Auto Repair Center.
Salam, hello and welcome. Today in this video I will be dealing with dull headlights such as the ones on this 2008 Audi TT. First I'm going to experiment the cheap way, and I've seen this a lot on the internet, is using toothpaste. So just toothpaste. So I'm going to experiment this today on one headlight and get the second headlight treated professionally. So let's get into this and see how it's done. Here's a closer view of the condition of the headlights. They're not so clear anymore. Now basically what happens, those headlights are made of plastic and they come from the factory with a protective layer on them, so it prevents dust and sand particles from wearing out the light. Now when the protective layer itself is worn, then the sand particles and dust particles start to wear the plastic frame or the plastic body of the lights. Almost same story here with the fog lights, not so bright anymore. So I'm going to experiment the toothpaste theory here on one headlight and then take it to treat the other headlight professionally with a proper headlight restoration kit. Now to protect the car's paint, I'm going to apply masking tape so that whatever material I'm using, whether toothpaste or any other material, does not make contact with the car's paint itself and ruin it or make any deformation for the paint. So a smart trick here is I'm going to open the hood up so I don't need to mask this area, and I'll just mask the lower area and the side area. This curve can be tricky, but that's okay. So here's what I'm going to be using: toothpaste, cheap one, and a sponge. And just to make it easier for me, the sponge is stuck on a drill for the ease of work. Not starting on completely dry condition, I've made the sponge wet. Not soaking wet, but it's wet. Right, now I'm actually curious to see what is the condition of the light after this quick polish, and also to see if there are areas which has been neglected or areas polished more than other areas. So I'm gonna wipe it, we're gonna have a look and see how it is. This is the light after the quick polish that I did. Some areas at the top seems like it requires more here, requires more polishing than the rest of the light. But overall, this light is a lot better than this one. I guess you can see the difference now. Yeah? This is the before, and this is the after. End of round 2. I'll wipe it and let's take a look. All right, so this is the condition after the polishing. The right one is the polished one, the left one is the unpolished one. Now, I would say the toothpaste polishing had indeed give some good results. Let me just take off the masking tape so we can take a better look. Yeah, so there is indeed an improvement. I can't really say it's 100% again, maybe not even 90% or 80%. As you can see, the top area is still a bit shady, but overall the light is much cleaner. Okay, not bad for a very cheap method that will cost you less than $1 for a toothpaste. Now, however, after doing this, you are not completely done yet because you will need to apply protection on the lights. So I'm going to apply a coat of wax on it to form as a protective layer. Here's the polishing compound, and I'm going to take some of that and apply it on the light in various areas, all areas basically. And don't be afraid if it makes contact with the paint. This wax was actually made for cars paint. I'm going to go and wipe it completely. And at last, I'm going to wipe the excess with a dry towel. And this is the final product. Now, this light is protected, in my estimation, for a period of 2 or 3 months at most. So every 2 or 3 months, in order to keep it in good condition, you'll have to apply wax if you use this method. Now, if you are buying a headlight restoration kit, the protective compound there usually lasts longer than that. It depends on, usually the kit will specify how long the protective compound will last. All right, so here we have it. This light is nice and polished. I mean this one. Tomorrow morning, I booked an appointment in an auto care center and they will take care of that headlight. That headlight will be treated professionally, and we then can recognize the difference between the cheap way and the fancy way that they will apply tomorrow. Salam and welcome again. Today I brought the car to ART Auto Care Center. They are specialized in a number of things like the off-road accessory and off-road modification, as well as auto care itself. So what they will be doing, they will be treating this light professionally. I have worked on that light yesterday and it looks a little bit better, a lot better actually. So today they will treat this light professionally. Hi Hisham, I'm with Hisham. Hisham, he is the workshop manager. Hisham, can you explain to us quickly how you guys are going to work on this light?
Yeah,
what's going to be done? How do you do it professionally? Because I've done it in one way.
Yeah.
Didn't tell you how did I do it or what did I do, right?
Okay. No.
I'm going to leave it as a surprise to you when you see this video. So explain to me quickly how you guys are going to do it professionally.
Okay, sure. First of all, welcome to ART Garage. This is a workshop, everything related with cars, from mechanicals to upgraded and performance. We are offering here services, repair, everything. So today I will show how we make some jobs here, like for example some light polish, which way we are using. As you see, all the light of the cars, they have a little protection to care the plastic, to care
to protect the line.
Protect the line. Yes, exactly. So the normal, which we are thinking is that everybody has polish, only sanding and polish to try to get the shining and transparent
Look of the light.
look of the light, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, what the process which one we are applying in the light is we are sanding, we are removing the transparent, this
So
film.
you'll be using sanding paper.
Yeah, we will use the sanding paper.
Rough sanding paper first.
Exactly. There is two kind of sanding papers. One of them is to remove the
dust
the
particle
film.
and-
Yeah. The other one is to give the finishing, to
Yeah.
give the.
So you will make it worse before you make it better.
Yeah, exactly. Make it work. Exactly.
Okay.
And then
Interesting.
after that, there is a chemical which one we are using is we are using some brands, special brands,
Okay.
to polish the plastic. And then the third step after the sanding and the polish, it will be the clear, the film to protect it, to let the job during of more than 3-4 years, because you know the sun,
Yeah, of course.
they will kill the plastic. Like,
Sure.
So,
It will turn into yellow color.
exactly.
Now, I have a specific question here. The final protective layer which you apply, how long is it expected to last? Like 3 years, 4 years?
Yes, around 3-4 years. Yeah.
Because with my method, I used a simple car polish, car wax. I used a simple car wax on it. But you know, car wax, then you have to wax it every 3 months or
Exactly.
every 4 months.
With the car wax, you will enjoy your light for
Short time.
short
Okay.
time,
Yeah.
a couple of months, then it will become again yellow.
Yeah.
So with the chemical which one we are using is like a clear, transparent, the same which one we are using for the cars.
Yeah.
No, we will cover complete after the wax. We will cover complete. Then this cup it will protect the polish and it will protect the car wax which one you are using.
Okay. Now, since you are a native Spanish speaker, can you repeat that quickly to our Spanish viewers?
Of course. Bueno, para los que me puedan entender en español, este es un proceso que se hace de manera muy profesional, la cual permite una larga duración en cuanto al acabado, en cuanto a la terminación del trabajo. Mucha gente toma en cuenta solamente, ok, voy a pulir. Hay muchas formas de hacerlo, pero cuando usan, por ejemplo, que si pasta dental, que si cualquier cera automotriz, entonces, ok, tendrán un resultado bonito, entre comillas bonito, por muy corto tiempo, quizás un par de semanas, quizás un par de meses. Pero el sistema que aplicamos aquí, le repito, nosotros hacemos el pulido, removemos el transparente, porque todo plástico, todas las luces, los faros de los carros, traen un protector. Ese protector nosotros lo removemos con el tiempo, se va quemando y se va paso a paso, va perdiendo la calidad, ¿no? Y ¿cómo se le dice? Ok. A lo que voy es que nosotros aplicamos ese nuevo químico, ese producto para darle a la luz el toque y el resultado apropiado y lo más importante por larga duración. O sea, este trabajo se garantiza por 3 o 4 años de duración de manera cómoda. Okay.
Thank you very much, Hisham. So now we'll start actually working on the light and let's see how they will do it professionally. He's applying masking tape now on the light in preparation for the work. Okay, so now he's actually applying sanding process. What is the grit figure? 1200. So he started with 1200 grit on the light, and then what will be the next step?
Next step, I will make degreaser, and then I will make clear.
You will make
Degreaser.
degreaser. Okay, so after sanding, he's going to apply a degreaser to clean the light, and from there he will kick off.
I'm curious to see how they will work after putting this protective plastic with the razor. So he's applying the greaser now to remove any grease, any undesired material. What is the material you're applying?
I
now?
just clean it.
Just cleaning, okay. So this is water basically. Okay, he's applying the greaser after the first round of polish. So what he is doing now, he's applying a glass coat on the light. And this is something cool. There is no restoration kit can give you this feature. And this is something that they make here in Space ART Garage. Finish?
Try after 5 minutes. I will.
After 5 minutes, you will treat it again. Very well. Okay, this is second coat of glass coat. All right, now this is the final condition after the polish that they have done. I can see that there is a nice glossy surface. The light, however, is not 100%. What I have noticed, and I don't know if the camera can show this, but there has been leak inside the light and there is deformation from the inside layer of the plastic. So what you see here, there are sand particles, for example, and those sand particles are stuck inside the light. Also, there is a slight deformation, which I was trying to treat on the other light yesterday, and this is from the inside. Same condition here on the other light. There you have it, a polish method that will cost around 300 dirhams for both lights, and another polish method that will cost around 5 dirhams, which is $1.5. This one will be roughly around $85–90. But credit where credit is due. Of course, I would recommend this method, even though in this particular case the light is too bad to be rectified by this method. The protective glass that they applied is going to last for years, unlike the wax that I applied on the other light. The choice is yours. You can go for the fancy one and preserve your lights for a long time, or you can go for a cheaper one, get a good result, and it will last for shorter period of time. It will require more comprehensive regular maintenance. Well, I hope this was helpful to you, and thanks a lot for watching. Take care, be safe, and do it yourself.